Thank you, Aditi, for singing such a wonderful kirtan. So thanks a lot. So now, so today's topic is on remembering His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So we would like to invite Her Grace Yamuneshwari Mataji to take over from here. Thank you, Mataji. Devotees, could you all hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji. Sorry, I thought I. Thank you, Mataji, for.
Yeah, thank you, Prema Shakti Mataji, for coordinating this session.
And all our, what do you say, whatever Krishna says, once you surrender onto me, he takes away all our sinful activities that we must have done in this lifetime and in our previous lifetime. And in that way, if we keep chanting his name and
Mataji,
keep doing
can you
devotional service,
mute?
at the end.
Yeah, thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank Adi for doing a wonderful kirtan. I really appreciate that, Adi, for coming forward on this very day where we are actually offering our heartfelt gratitude to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So on this day, you could do a kirtan. So I appreciate that. And a very wonderful bhajan by Aditi. Aditi's father is initiated by...
No, aspiring. He aspiring.
Okay, sorry. Aditi's father is was aspiring His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and currently he's also in Brindavan, for the Samadhi program today. And so a very dedicated family. And so we thought, it's a song of separation sung by Narottama Das Thakur, isn't it? Yeah, for, thinking of all the previous acharyas. So it was so nice to hear Aditi singing in a very meditative mood. Thank you, Aditi, for that. So we will share, let me share the screen first. Mataji, can you please make me co-host?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you. It says post disable account share.
Add to give looks like Mataji. So Mataji, just right click on that and make the co-host on
I
Mataji
did
name.
it, Mataji. I did it.
Yeah,
It
it's
should
done
be
now, Mataji.
done
Yeah,
now,
please
yes.
go ahead. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Sorry.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Yeah, thank you. Just a moment. Sorry for taking some few moments extra. Yeah, done almost. Yes. Because today we are in outside, so it's a bit, the signal is a little low. Yeah, okay, I got it. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
You can see.
Yeah. So we will start the session with reading a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 8, verse 248. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 8. And verse, what was that? 248. Okay. Dukkha madhye kona dukkha haya gurutara. Krishna bhakta viraha vina dukkha nahi dekhi para. Dukkha madhye kona dukkha haya gurutara. Krishna bhakta viraha vina dukkha nahi dekhi para. Dukkha madhye kona dukkha haya gurutara. Krishna bhakta viraha vina dukkha nahi dekhi para. Anyone would like to repeat this?
I'll see, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji, can I?
Please, Mataji.
Dukkha madhya kona dukkha haya gurutara. Krishna bhakta viraha vina dukkha nahi dehi para.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I repeat?
Please, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
दुख मध्य को ना दुख है गुरु तारा कृष्ण भक्त विरह बिना दुख नहीं देखी पर. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, thank you. One more?
Right, please.
Yes, please.
Dukkha madhya kona dukkha haya guru tara. Krishna bhakta viraha bina dukkha nahi dekhi para.
Thank you, Mataji. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? Dukkha madhye, of all kinds of distress. Kona dukkha, what kind of dukkha, distress? Haya gurutara, most painful. The answer given by Ramananda Roy, Krishna Bhakta Viraha Vina. Apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, dukkha nahi dekhi para. I know of no unbearable unhappiness. So I repeat this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? Sri Ramananda Raya replied, apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, I know of no unbearable unhappiness. So we can see here the most painful, the greatest distress is to be separated from the devotees. So so we, as a ISKCON society, today we are having the great distress, bearing the great distress of the loss of His Holiness Gopalakrishna Goswami Maharaj, a stalwart disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, we thought we'll share video first with all of you, and then we can see Maharaj's contribution to the mission of Srila Prabhupada and the glorification by his God brothers and the amazing, legacy what he has left behind. So let's start see this video. Hope that you can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound? Mataji, can you hear the sound?
Not very clearly, Mataji. Is very low.
Very
The
low.
volume is very low. Yeah.
Okay, I think system volume has to be. Is there anyone system based here to system volume to help?
Premashakti Mataji, you can hear at least something because I couldn't able to hear
Yeah,
anything.
it was very feeble, Prabhu. It was very, very faint.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute, one more time I'll play whether you see whether it is sound is coming. Otherwise, I'll see if the system volume can be increased.
Yes, Mataji.
Mm,
468.
I don't think so, Mataji. It is audible. Premashakti Mataji, you can hear?
No, Mataji. It was We heard twice in between, but it's fully mute now. We couldn't hear it. We couldn't hear anything, Mataji.
We didn't hear anything.
Mm.
Interesting. 1 minute, let me see. Is there anyone here technical who can say the volume why it's not coming?
Is there any option to share something? Share audio, share screen. Once you share screen.
No, share is there, share audio. Because we have played it before. I've kept the highest volume actually.
Mataji, have you shared the audio while sharing the screen, Mataji? That also we need to do one time.
Sharing
Audio.
Maybe stop sharing and share again.
Stop share and share. Share again what?
The screen, and maybe you can see the audio.
Share 1 minute here. Share.
Huh? So you stop sharing.
1 minute.
Yeah, Mataji. So if you stop sharing and while sharing, you will get the option share audio as well, Mataji.
Okay, share screen. Yeah. Where it gets option of sharing the volume.
Share sound. Share.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So okay, now got it. Okay. Okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
I casually asked one of my friends, is there any Hindu temple in Montreal? So I went to the Montreal temple and I took part in the Sunday program. And in May 68, I received a letter. Our Swamiji is coming to Montreal on June 4, 68. Please come and meet him. The first assignment the temple president gave me was to clean Prabhupada's apartment. So I had the privilege of meeting Prabhupada on June 1st, 1968. I had almost no exposure to sadhus in India. I could see that Prabhupada was a genuine saint. Before I came, there was almost no book production in India. So Prabhupada told me to start the book production. I had arranged a very big book display of Prabhupada books in a very big book house. But after 1 month, not many books were sold. So I went to Prabhupada to give him a report. And Prabhupada said, my books are sold because of the enthusiasm of my disciples. And in a store, nobody's enthusiastic. That's why. So we have seen that when devotees are enthusiastic, they achieve outstanding results. Went to Vajpayee. And when I came back and gave Prabhupada the report, Prabhupada said, one day this man will become more important. He'll hold a very important position. And a few years later, he became the Prime Minister of India.
गुरु महाराज के स्वास्थ्य को लेकर हम लोग विचारशील हैं, क्योंकि बढ़ती उम्र के साथ स्वाभाविक मांसपेशियों का कमजोर, शरीर का थोड़ा झुकाव और आवाज का थोड़ा नरम होना।
तो उनके पिता ने प्रहलाद को एक स्कूल में डाला था।
हमने बहुत बार गुरु महाराज से रिक्वेस्ट किया कि गुरु महाराज कार्य प्रणाली थोड़ा स्लो होना चाहिए, लेकिन गुरु महाराज का हमेशा से एक ही उत्तर रहा कि मैं प्रभुपाद का सोल्जर हूँ, मैंने प्रभुपाद से ऐसे ही सीखा है और मैं हमेशा ऐसे ही करता रहूँगा।
Prabhupada was always concerned about preaching, and even when he wasn't physically well, he did not stop his preaching. And as we know, in Vrindavan, when he wasn't physically well, he had somebody helping him sit down. He was virtually whispering the purports.
There was good appreciation.
So we should also cultivate a similar mood. Prabhupada's always right. We should know that.
So wonderful, isn't it? You know, the contributions of Maharaj and how so perfectly he has followed the footsteps of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The mood of Prabhupada's disciples are so wonderful, so amazing. They are living encyclopedia. They are they walk the talk. So amazing. And we can see here how Maharaj has just, even in that frailing health, till end, he has dedicated himself, in fulfilling the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. So we'll read one letter here, Prabhupada's letter to Maharaj in the year 1970s. In the 1970s, I'm very glad to learn that you are doing spiritual activities very nicely, and you're always alert to see whether you are committing some offense. This is a very nice attitude. In rendering service to Lord Krishna and his representative, the spiritual master, we should always maintain this fearful attitude, which means careful attention. This attitude will advance you progressively in Krishna consciousness. So how a disciple should be, in rendering service to the spiritual master, looking for the details, and is always very cautious and careful to see that the service is rendered in a proper spirit. So, and we could see how Srila Prabhupada is appreciating Maharaj for this wonderful consciousness of service. And we will see another, here, the glorification by His Holiness Indradumna Swami Maharaj. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll share the. I think I should stop share and again it will share. Okay, let's see.
And of course,
are you able to hear?
The news has spread.
Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, but yes.
That one of the great stalwart devotees of this, a very, very dear and foremost disciple of Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Gopal Krishna Maharaj, has left this world just a few hours ago to join Srila Prabhupada in his Nitya Leela, his eternal pastimes. So today is, it's really a day of mixed feelings, because our loss is another group of devotees' gain. So we're sad and they're in ecstasy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from Ramananda Roy, Dukha Madhye Kona Dukha Haya Guru Tara Krishna Bhakti Vira Vina Dukha Nahi Deki Para. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? Of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? And Ramananda Roy replied, apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, I know of no unbearable unhappiness. So that's our mood today. It's a mood of, a mixed mood of sorrow and joy. And actually the whole world should share that sorrow today. Of course, they don't know, but I think history will be written in the years to come of devotees like Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who dedicated their lives 100% to the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But like, this is the world of darkness, especially Kali Yuga. Darkness of ignorance. And every Vaishnava, especially a Vaishnava of the caliber of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, is like a bright light in the darkness of Kali Yuga. They are enlightened, and by their sangha, by their association, others become enlightened as well. Maybe they don't even know. Devotees are always speaking the glories of the Lord. That's their life and soul. They're always chanting Krishna's holy names. And those holy names are so powerful that even people like Jagai and Madhai, they become purified just by hearing the holy names. So when a devotee like that disappears, that light goes out, the world becomes a little more darker. But of course, Maharaj has left behind a most amazing legacy. From the moment he met Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada marked him. Prabhupada marked him. One time Prabhupada said that the spiritual master has an entourage of very close disciples with whom he travels with birth after birth. The trusted ones. Many are called, but few are chosen. So I have no doubt that Gopal Krishna Maharaj is one of those disciples who, when there's some service required elsewhere, then they go. Prabhupada said of his own spiritual master that he came to this world to preach Krishna consciousness, and then he left to preach Krishna consciousness somewhere else. He reasons ill who says that Vaishnavas die when thou art living still and sound. A Vaishnav dies to live, and while living spreads the holy name around. A Vaishnav dies to live. So what is living for a devotee? Living for a devotee is not living to maintain this body or to enjoy the senses of this body to enjoy material life. That's not living. That's like death. Living is preaching Krishna consciousness. Living is practicing Krishna consciousness. And living is spreading Krishna consciousness. So like father, like son. Like father, like son. Just as Srila Prabhupada came to this world, and he spread the Krishna conscious movement all over the world. He flooded the world with Krishna consciousness. And in his absence, his dear son, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, in his Prabhu Desh, every devotee has an area where they're serving. In his Prabhu Desh, particularly in India, you could say around the world, because Maharaj was a GBC man. He was part of the BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. So you go to his Prabhu Desh, you'll be amazed at what he did. Who would not be amazed? I was recently on tour in India, and when I came to Delhi, I'll go to the temple. And I said, I want to go to the temple. The devotee said, which one? Which one? There's something like, how many? There's 20 temples in Delhi. What is that? We say in America, above and beyond the call of duty. Above and beyond the call of duty. That's Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So we could speak for hours, but let us keep this wonderful devotee in mind. Let us hope that we meet again. We go to where our hearts take us. So if we cultivate our heart to develop love for Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava, in due course of time, we'll all be united. Eloquence is truth spoken concisely. Prabhupada said that we will have our ISKCON in the spiritual world. And in a moment of intimacy, he said to my dear godbrother, I have so many dear godbrothers and godsisters, Dhananjaya Prabhu, in a moment of intimacy, Prabhupada said that when we get back to the spiritual world, we'll recognize each other. When I heard that, I almost fainted. It's such a solace, because what's most dear to us in this world? Krishna, our spiritual masters, and the Vaishnavas. So to hear that when we get back to the spiritual world, we'll all recognize each other, it's something very wonderful. We have a very bright future. We should never lament for what we don't have. We should always be grateful for what we have, and what we have is beyond our comprehension, how much mercy that we actually have. And Prabhupada noted, he said, but you won't recognize me like this, he said, as an old man. He said, I'll be a little boy. Prabhupada said to Dhananjaya. These are moments of intimacy that, like Jesus said, my cup runneth over with love. So sometimes these things spill out from the heart of a pure devotee, and there's an impetus. So I'm very much hoping that I'll have Gopal Krishna Maharaj's association again. He was always very kind to me. I was always feeling very humble in his presence. He would try to encourage me by, acknowledging what service I did, but I felt like a little peon in front of a great giant. 20 temples, BBT. He was really the second devotee to go to Russia. Prabhupada went to Russia, and soon after there was a book fair in Moscow. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he went and became the first book distributor in the Soviet Union. So again, we could go on for many hours, but just a little drop like that, we can appreciate this wonderful devotee, and we know that he's safely in Srila Prabhupada's association. The service is eternal. Again, our loss is other devotees' gain. So it's a day of mixed emotions, but we will also celebrate. It's interesting, the different mixing of rasas here. We will celebrate because his life was successful. It's a success story. And all of us have to die. But this is a wonderful story of a devotee in whose footsteps we can follow by dint of his surrender to his Guru Maharaj. Full Guru Nishta. He was able to accomplish something that even the Devatas are honoring now. So we miss him dearly, especially his disciples. My heart goes out to anyone here or anyone in the world who is his disciple. This is a very trying time for disciples. If I can offer any assistance to any of the glorious disciples of Maharaj, I will. So we'll cry one sad tear and we'll cry one happy tear. In medical science, they say that if the tear is cold, that's a happy tear. And if the tear is warm, when you're upset or if you're lamenting, the tear is warm. So we can be happy that Maharaj has achieved the destination. We can be sad that we've lost him. So let's cry a happy tear, and let's cry a sad tear today. And remember Maharaj in the Kirtan. You can think of him. I don't have to explain anymore. You know his exploits. You know his mood of surrender. You know his love for Srila Prabhupada, his service above and beyond the call of duty. So we can dedicate this festival to him today. We can dedicate. Prabhupada gave a prayer. He said when he was on his deathbed, Prabhupada said we could pray, my dear Lord Krishna, if you so desire, please cure Srila Prabhupada. But Krishna had other desires. He wanted his devotee to come home. So we can pray today, because Maharaj has left, that Krishna, you please take Gopal Krishna Maharaj into your arms and engage him in his eternal loving service to you in the spiritual world. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Worldwide ISKCON ki, back home, back to Godhead ki, take all the fallen conditioned souls with us ki, Gaura Premanandi. So I've been asked to sing.
It was an amazing glorification, isn't it, by His Holiness Indradumna Swami Maharaj. As you all know, in Birmingham yesterday and day before yesterday, 4th and 5th, there was, the Birmingham famous 24-hour Kirtan. So many devotees came and sang, and Maharaj was there. And it was yesterday, Sunday. Maharaj, actually, the Kirtan was amazing and wonderful. Everyone were dancing. I heard it online. And before the Kirtan, Maharaj gave this wonderful glorification about His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And we could see how many temples Maharaj has opened in Delhi, just in Delhi itself, for nearly 20 temples, and then book productions. And he was the first devotee or the disciple of Srila Prabhupada to go to Soviet Union those days. And those days, it was not easy to enter into the communist country. And Maharaj was the first person to go there to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. So fearless and so sincere. So amazing. Now we will hear from His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. It's really a very heart-touching glorification we will now hear from Loknath Swami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. With a heavy heart, and unfortunately I have to declare this, that Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj is no more with us. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was the last one
along with some deputy doctors with him. I did shout loud Hare Krishna into Maharaj's ears, and he responded. Of course, I could not hear, but I could see from the movement of his lips and the mouth he opened, and he said Hare Krishna. No voice, but it was certainly him saying Hare Krishna. We had Narasimha's photograph with us, and we were offering our prayers to Lord Narasimha and Radha Prasad and Srila Prabhupada. So in the midst of all these prayers, Maharaj left for the final destination. He has entered the pastimes of Radha Shamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Gaurika, Srila Prabhupada. You may see Maharaj in Delhi, Radha Prasad Mandir, or for sure in Vrindavan, where it's going to be put into Samadhi. So keep your prayers on during his journey back to the Lord.
So we will now see the temples. We were discussing about the 20 temples nearly in Delhi and surrounding areas. So this is a very amazing video where we can all see these places and the amazing contribution of Maharaj in the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So please let us all watch this video.
Hare Krishna. This is Hare Krishna. This is a short presentation on the temples overseen by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, today Hare Krishna has become a household word. Within the world, as we move towards Bharat, there exists a pastime place of Lord Sri Krishna known as Indraprastha, which is now known as Delhi. He mercifully established Dharma. Following in his footsteps, Srila Prabhupada arrived in Delhi in the year 1960. Srila Prabhupada stayed in Sri Sri Radha Vallabh Temple, located in Chippiwada, New Delhi from 1960 to 1965. In those days, he would travel from Vrindavan to Delhi to print and distribute his Back to Godhead magazine, tolerating heat strokes, indifference of people towards spirituality, financial crisis, callous government officials, non-cooperative and self-absorbed godbrothers, and still, without getting discouraged, Srila Prabhupada continued his preaching work in Delhi. Srila Prabhupada wanted Chippiwada temple to be acquired by ISKCON. It was a struggle to get the property in ISKCON's name. But finally, ISKCON got the property in 2012, and in 2019, a beautifully renovated temple with Sri Sri Radha Vallabh as deities were installed and now blessing the devotees and visitors there. Srila Prabhupada once mentioned that Delhi is most important place in the whole of Asia. Therefore, he had deep spiritual desire to have many temples in Delhi. After effectively sowing the seed of pure bhakti in the Western world, Srila Prabhupada came back to Delhi on 24th July 1967, where thousands of people thronged to welcome him. In November 1971, preaching started in various parts of Delhi, where more than 30,000 people would participate in each program. But preaching grew rapidly in Delhi. First preaching center was in Anand Niketan, where the deities of Shri Shri Radha Parthasarthi, which were brought from Jaipur by Her Grace Yamuna Mataji, were installed. After 10 years of immense hard work by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, ISKCON got the land for the temple. It was a hilly place in South Delhi, which on official papers was mentioned as Govardhan Hill, was allocated to ISKCON, on which a huge, gorgeous temple got constructed and was inaugurated on 5th of April 1998 on the occasion of Ram Navami. This project is also known as the Glory of India project. The inauguration was done by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was interim Prime Minister of India at that time, and the function was attended by many other political leaders and dignitaries. This temple has remarkable edutaining Vedic Expo, which is a light and sound show showing Bhagavad Gita and Vedic wisdom in a very animated way, and has been attended by 1.8 million visitors until now. Recently, world's largest Bhagavad Gita was placed in the Temple Museum, which was inaugurated by Shri Narendra Modi, the glorious Prime Minister of India. ISKCON Delhi is visited by 20,000 visitors every day, and on weekends and festivals, the number rises to 50,000. Throughout the week, array of school buses, groups of dignitaries and tourists from all across the globe arrive in ISKCON Delhi.
Many foreign delegates used to visit the ISKCON Delhi temple, and one of them is Sir Peter John Cosgrove, who was former Governor General of Australia. And through online preaching, we are reaching millions of people. Now on YouTube channel My Ashray, we have 2 million subscribers, and through ISKCON Delhi Facebook page, we have reached 2.2 million people.
In the year 2023, ISKCON Delhi Temple completed 25 years of dedicated service, and Shri Shri Radha Parthasarthi, which were installed by Srila Prabhupada in 1973, completed 50 years of showering grace upon Delhi, for which there was 5-day celebration and was attended by 50,000 devotees and visitors. Due to Srila Prabhupada's austerities and grace followed by preaching done under the leadership of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, today ISKCON Delhi has expanded with its 17 centers in Delhi NCR. And here goes the list. ISKCON Punjabi Bagh, ISKCON Faridabad, ISKCON Rohini, ISKCON Ghaziabad, ISKCON Dwarka, ISKCON Gurugram Badshapur, ISKCON Gurugram Sector 45, ISKCON Noida, ISKCON Sahibabad, ISKCON Mahipalpur, ISKCON Wave City, ISKCON Panchsheel, ISKCON Bahadurgarh, ISKCON Chhatarpur, ISKCON Chipiwada, ISKCON GK3, ISKCON East Delhi. Around Delhi NCR, total number of congregation devotees has reached the mark of 25,000. Youth devotees, 15,000. 100 Namhatta preaching centers along with 80 bases. Annually, there are 7 major Rath Yatras, more than 1,000 Harinams and Nagar Sankirtans, and around 100 festivals. ISKCON Delhi NCR has distributed 1.5 crore Bhagavad Gitas and approximately 4.75 crores of other books by Srila Prabhupada. During COVID pandemic, ISKCON Delhi NCR distributed 7 crore plates of prasadam during phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. It was widely recognized, and ISKCON set a world record of distributing highest number of plates during the time of emergency. First time drone was used for the distribution of prasadam. ISKCON Delhi arranged for 1200 beds under COVID care center, where Ayurvedic medicines, healthy prasadam and everyday kirtans cured more than 15,000 patients with no casualty.
And Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, specially glorified this service. There is his part of speech.
ISKCON ने समाज का संबल बनने का काम कोरोना महामारी में भी आप करोड़ों मरीजों, उनके परिजनों और प्रवासियों के लिए लगातार भोजन और दूसरी जरूरतों की व्यवस्था करते आ रहे हैं। महामारी के अलावा भी लाखों गरीबों के भोजन और सेवा का अनवरत अभियान आपके माध्यम से चलता रहा है।
All media channels, which includes social media, print media and electronic media, covered the whole service. On 2nd September 2021, Government of India under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji released a coin on the occasion of 125th birth anniversary of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, to honor his incomparable contribution to Sanatana Dharma, spreading it all across the globe. On 9th November 2022, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, inaugurated the extended campus of BGIS, which stands for Bhaktivedanta Gurukul and International School. Now we move to Kurukshetra. Another place which was very vital, especially for the preaching of the glories of Bhagavad Gita, is Kurukshetra, the very place where Lord Krishna spoke Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As per Vishnu Puran, Kurukshetram Sat Sangamam Yatra Dharma Sukhanvitam. In Kurukshetra, the holy land where truth is embraced and righteousness prevails, every spot is like a sacred bathing place during a festival among all pilgrimage sites. Srila Prabhupada envisioned preaching and a palatial temple in Kurukshetra in the year 1975. Following in his footsteps, Srila Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, with the help of his disciples, struggled for around 30 years to acquire a piece of land. Srila Prabhupada used to say, "We are trying to build an institution in Kurukshetra to invite people all over the world for learning Bhagavad Gita." Finally, Krishna Arjun Temple, which will have Vedic museum displaying all 18 days of Mahabharat war and graphical depiction of the message of the Bhagavad Gita, is getting constructed at Kurukshetra. Now let's move to Juhu. ISKCON Juhu was a very challenging project, which Srila Prabhupada very successfully completed in the service of Sri Sri Radha Rasbihari.
Being the zonal secretary of the Juhu project, along with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Grace Bhima Prabhu and His Grace Devaki Nandan Prabhu as zonal secretaries.
Today, ISKCON Juhu is flourishing, bringing devotional service in the lives of so many residents of Mumbai. Mumbai preaching extended to Mira Road, where a beautiful temple got constructed, namely Sri Sri Radha Giridhari Temple.
His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj and His Grace Bhima Prabhu as zonal secretary.
Also, there is a temple about to get completed and inaugurated in Kharghar, Navi Mumbai. It is going to be a model temple for implementing Devi Varnashram. Altogether, these temples have 12,000 devotees in congregation, 7,000 youths, 20 centers. They also distributed 500,000 of books last year, in the year 2022. Now let's move to ISKCON Pune NVCC project. His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, in association with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, who is co-GBC for Pune, with the assistance of many dedicated devotees, constructed a beautiful, massive temple for Sri Sri Radha Vrindavan Chandra. One devotee, namely Mr. Banerjee, donated entire temple of Lord Balaji and deities of Lord Balaji worth 1.2 crore by selling his own home. This temple is part of ISKCON Pune and is located in its vicinity. Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, President of India at that time, came to inaugurate the temple. ISKCON Pune has currently around 7,000 devotees in congregation, 500 devotees in youth forum, with 10 centers and 13 bases. Due to everyday Harinam party, they do 700 Harinams and Nagar Sankirtans every year. Now let's move to East Africa.
Preaching in East Africa is expanding in aforementioned regions. Many local devotees are connecting with ISKCON,
which includes Kenya, Burundi, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and Nairobi. The size of congregation in East Africa is 1,500. Around 400 devotees are connected to youth preaching, with 5 temples and 9 centers. There are 2 farmhouses with 110 cows and with more than 20 acres of land for farming. In the year 2022 and 23, here the devotees distributed more than 46,000 books. Srila Prabhupada faced so many difficulties in preaching Krishna consciousness, yet Srila Prabhupada successfully infused devotional service in the hearts of millions of people. It is Srila Prabhupada's blessings and potency that preaching is expanding in the aforementioned regions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mind blowing, isn't it? What a dedicated service in the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Just the list of temples is really amazing. We go and see each temple. I mean, to construct a temple with all this legal, nowadays you see every temple, even to house to construct, a lot of legal implications, especially in India. And you just imagine in these temples, magnificent temples in so many different places. I mean, what to say? It's what a sacrifice, dedication, commitment, surrender that one can actually do this. Srila Prabhupada, established 108 temples And then we know that following the footsteps of, the spiritual master, how a glorious disciple can, do wonderful things. And we can see here Maharaj being that exemplary disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So I now request actually Ranjan Nimai Prabhu, if he could offer some glorification about Maharaj. Prabhu, Ranjan Nimai Prabhu, you all know Prabhu is doing so much of service for the East London community, especially in the CC class. He's there, as a backbone. And Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So I thought it would be nice to hear from his mouth the glories of this amazing stalwart disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, please kindly share.
Yes. Yeah, very grateful, and thank you so much, Mataji, for giving the opportunity to glorify His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Yeah. So I was amazed by seeing this video. It was so amazing, and how Maharaj and Holy ISKCON is like deep pain, and it's like we cannot repay back like what Maharaj has given from his last 60 years. Apart from this, I would touch Maharaj, I mean, say in terms of his personal care. So Maharaj is known for his like connection with so many politicians, making big temples, preaching, book distribution. But his personal connection to each disciple and to whom he made it like everlasting. So I'll share one of my personal meet with Maharaj. So it was like when Maharaj meets to any person, he will not rush. I mean, say the personal interaction I had couple of time, but when I got married, that time it was different interaction with Maharaj when I was in Chennai. So Maharaj has spent like good amount of time with, even though Maharaj was like schedule is super busy, but he will ask like how, what's you're doing, who is your counselor, how is your sadhana is going on, and he was asking my wife how many rounds you chant, do you read Bhagavad Gita. So I mean, say being such a extraordinary leader who is having so many responsibility inspired, he is very very caring for any person to whom he meets. And second aspect, basically, Maharaj is like very exalted and great devotee and sadhaka. So, despite having such a busy schedules, if you see Maharaj any temple anywhere around the world, you will be seeing him in the Mangalarti time, despite of any challenges. Even though I have practically seen when I was in Panjai Bagh, Maharaj used to have meeting 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock most of the time, and you will see 4:30 ready. 4:30 means you have to get up 2 o'clock, 2:30 and get ready and take bath, wear the clothes. And Maharaj, you will see Maharaj doing it. Mangal Aarti 4:30. So amazing. Like they are like out of bodily platform, and they must so much attraction towards the Lordship. So yeah, we can write volume and volume of books in the glories of as well as Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And but parallelly, one incident I will share, like how we can say Vapu important, one is more important than Vapu. Parallelly, if the loss of the great soul we cannot repay back, and we cannot, I mean to say, there is no substitute for this. For example, I'll share one incident, one devotee was sharing. So there is one devotee in Panjai who was cultivating one very rich person, businessman for temple construction, and parallelly he was trying to make him devotee as well. So he was trying to be him. He will read some time with him whenever he go. And after 2 3 month follow up, he started chanting one round. And then when he keep meeting, he'll ask like, "Can you chant one more round, extra round, 2 rounds?" I mean, say it's like more than 3 months you are chanting one round. It's a good time to increase one round. And it like after so many months of follow up, after 8 months, he started chanting 2 rounds. So I say, oh my God, it's very success. I mean to say, and 8 month continuous follow up, he started chanting 2 rounds. And this devotee used to go and read some scriptures with his also just after the talk. And So one time what happened, he was happened to meet Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and that Prabhu took him uh, to near to the Maharaj, and he just started, Maharaj is chanting 2 rounds and he's helping us in constructing the temple. And Maharaj said, yes, uh, good. And then he came out, and Maharaj, both of them had a small discussion, and he came out. After 1 month, that devotee called him, that businessman. He was asking, like, how many rounds are you chanting? He said, yeah, I started chanting 16 rounds. He's like, how come? Like 8 month I did follow up, you are chanting 2 round, but after a month, maybe 9 month or 10th month, I started chanting 16 round. So he said, like, so what exactly had happened, Maharaj? When he was meeting with Maharaj, Maharaj asked him how many rounds you chant, and he said two. So he said, no, it's a good time. You are like, you have crossed already 40, and it's good time to start chanting 16 round. And I'm sure you can make it. And he was asked, then that devotee asked what conversation he had. He said he described the conversation, that this much conversation I had with him. So that devotee was reflecting, like, how, like, after 8 months, I was trying to follow up daily message reminder that have you chanted your round. And he used to do philosophical discussion, like, if you should have, philosophy very strong while chanting, we should read some books, Prabhupada books as well, so that our knowledge will be there, so faith will not. So I would say, like, so much patch up of faith, intelligence, books, illogical and all. But see the purity of Maharaj just said to him, it's good time to start chanting 16 round, and you should be able to chant. So you can see the purity of the force. The devotee was describing how great soul presents itself, just make the environment totally different. If just give a glance to any person, their life can be totally changed. So that's what I was thinking today. Like, we can't repay it back, but this the fortunate which we have lost. I mean, say in terms of a great soul, and those are disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Their merely just presence can make the any person, like, it says, sadhu sang sarva shastra kaya lava matra sadhu sang sarva siddhi ho. So these are like pure devotee of the Lord, just by merely association and just small smiling face and just getting small blessings, our whole life can be transformed. So you can see the example, one of the example, like how the purity is the force. If someone is very pure and very dear to Krishna, if some small word or appreciation, or appreciation, whatever small service we do, if they just bless us, our life will be glorious. So uh, that's what some incident I thought I had to say. Thank you, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity. There are so many things to share about Maharaj, but yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. I would now request Aditi also to share a few words. Please, Aditi, yeah.
Hare Krishna. So, yeah, so there are so many glories of Maharaj. First time when I heard about Maharaj, like first thing that I heard about Maharaj and that inspired me a lot was when there was a person who came to him, and this similar incident also recently happened in Vrindavan as well. So long ago when Maharaj was a brahmachari, that time so his name was Gopal Krishna. So everyone used to call Gopal Krishna Prabhu. That time, a person came to him and he was rudely talking with Maharaj. And Maharaj was trying to answer him in a calm, positive manner. And he was continuously speaking in that way with Maharaj. And finally, it so happened that that person slapped Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Prabhu at that time. And then when he did that, Maharaj, he went back, he bowed down to him, he paid obeisances to the person who slapped him, and then he left. Later on, when Srila Prabhupada heard about this, Srila Prabhupada said that Gopal is a pure devotee. So this was the first past time that I heard about Maharaj. So similar something happened in Vrindavan also, like some years ago. So Maharaj was giving a lecture, and suddenly a person stands up and he says very rude things to Maharaj. Very rudely he speaks, but since now he has got disciples as well. So all the disciples who were there in the class, they got really angry. They were about to catch that person and teach him a lesson. How can they say something, say like this, behave like this with Maharaj? But Maharaj made all the devotees calm down, and Maharaj let him go, and then Maharaj also left after the class. And after that, so when Maharaj was in his room, he asked his personal uh, servant, to a personal servant, that like find out who was that person. Find out his address. Where does he live? We'll go to him. We'll go to him. So the one who was describing was the personal servant himself. So he said that he thought maybe, okay, not in front of everyone, but Maharaj will personally teach him a lesson. That's what he thought. So, and then so he found out, where is the person, where does he live. So then he came to Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, he lives in this particular place. And then Maharaj said, okay, so let's go. And then Maharaj said, we will also take some fruits prasad for him. So that personal servant was like, Maharaj, he spoke to you rudely. How can you take? Why do you even want to take prasad for him? Why fruits prasad, Maharaj? Maharaj said, no, we will take fruit prasad for him. So Maharaj took fruit prasad. He came, he went, and then when he rang the bell, the person opens up the door, and as soon as the person opens up the door, he pays obeisances to that person. And as soon as he pays obeisances to that person has tears in his eyes. His heart melts, and he says, Maharaj, how come you are bowing down to me? Why are you bowing down to me? Who am I, Maharaj? Please get up. And then he holds Maharaj. Maharaj gets up. And as Maharaj gets up, and then he takes Maharaj in his home and he serves. So I heard this from Amala Krishna Prabhu, one of the disciples of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and he says that Maharaj always taught that if you want to kill someone, kill them by your humility. This is what Maharaj always taught. Um, Also, yeah, so there are many such pastimes. Maharaj, as Ranjanimai Prabhu said, he had very much love and affection for the devotees. He was very conscious. As Prabhupada said, before becoming Krishna conscious, we should be conscious. And as we saw in the letter also, Prabhupada was happy to see that Maharaj is so conscious dealing with things. And so even even first time when I went to meet Maharaj for the first time, um, it was like we went at 11 a.m. and they said that you need to wait till 12, and then you'll be able to allowed to meet Maharaj. So I, like, me and my father were there, and then there was another group as well. So we both groups sat together in a particular room, and we were asked to sit till 12. When it was 12, so someone from inside, they said, is there someone from Guwahati, Assam? So it was us. So we went in, and then once we went in, Maharaj said that, please wait for some time. I will call you back again. So we said, fine. So we paid obeisances, we came out, and then the second group went in. So I thought that maybe, okay, so Maharaj wants to meet them first. I had no problem. I could wait for a long time. So then that those devotees, the second group, they went in, and then Maharaj said the same thing to them, and then they came out, and then later on, like nearly 12:30 or something, we were again called in to go in and meet Maharaj. So it's like Maharaj is always conscious that he said he'll be meeting at 12. So when he has like it's being delayed, so he's calling everyone personally. He could have just made announcement that, please announce that we'll meet after 30 minutes. No one, both the groups we wouldn't have mind, but Maharaj personally called, and then he said that we'll meet after some time, and then he did this to both of the groups, and then we met later. So yeah, so Maharaj has always, his love and care has been felt by each and every devotee. His love, even for animals and birds, he loved them so much. Like uh, one of the very common and famous pastimes is that once Maharaj was going by car, and he was in car, and he was going, and suddenly, so he the car was in a good speed. It was like in a high speed, and then he asked the driver, like the driver Prabhu, to stop. And then Maharaj So the driver Prabhu could not stop all of a sudden because it was in a very high speed. So he stopped after some time. And then Maharaj said, "Go back, go back to that place where I asked you to stop." So the devotees were like, "Okay, yes." So they went back to that place. And when they go back to the place, Maharaj comes down from the car and he sees a bird who is about to die. So he holds that bird and he chants Hare Krishna for that bird. So and he chants Hare Krishna for the bird who is about to die. And being so busy making so many temples, devotees, everything, he still had time for everyone, like for even the bird which is dying. So yeah, Maharaj's humility is also like once there was a Prabhu. He said that he was in car and there was no one with only him and Maharaj were there in the car. So that time he asked Maharaj that Maharaj, I have a personal question. Can I ask? Maharaj said yes. What is that? So he said that Maharaj, it's been so many years, like 50 years of you serving Srila Prabhupada non-stop, continuously. How do you manage to have so much enthusiasm in this age as well? Sometimes, if you are not keeping well with health, still you manage to do everything you manage to do, especially Mangalarti. He never misses Mangalarti. Anything happen. So, how do you manage to do? Where does this enthusiasm come from? So, he says that. If there's a billionaire and a very rich person, if we ask that rich person that please can you give me 100 rupees, what will that billionaire think? He will just give it away, and he won't mind as well, because 100 rupees for billionaire is nothing. Similarly, Maharaj in humility, he said that I have been given so many lives, so many births I have taken. I'm just giving one life to Srila Prabhupada. So this is where just one life I want to give as Srila Prabhupada wanted me to give, and therefore I am trying to serve in my best ability I can. So yeah, so there are many such glories, but yeah, I would like to end here. Thank you so much, Mataji, for allowing me to glorify Maharaj.
Thank you, Aditi. It's
Hare
very
Krishna.
heartwarming, inspiring.
Can I, Srinivati, can I speak a few words about Maharaj?
Oh,
Yes.
Venumati Maji. Oh, Mataji, so
Mataji is here.
glorious. Our pranams, Mataji. Please
Pranams.
kindly share. It's, our fortune to hear from you. Please, Mataji.
Right. I met Maharaj first time in 1996. Yeah, in Romopas Prabhu's house. Yeah, he was a student at that time. And he was just living near Watford, and he was studying also, and he was working also. So Maharaj got him a job with Hindujas, yeah, accounts job with Hindujas, yeah. And so first time Maharaj called me there. We came to know and we just met casually, sort of. And Romopat made a prasad for everybody. Yeah, he was a good cook also. Yeah, there. So after that, we had few discussions with Maharaj, and then we had then we had some plot in Ghaziabad, which is not a Ghaziabad temple. Yeah, and so talks are going on there. And Maharaj came after 2-3 years. Yeah, in between we had we exchanged few emails and all that about how the whole procedure, how it's going to go, and these sort of things. Yeah, and in I think 1998, yeah, we handed over the keys, yeah, to Maharaj. Yeah, and Maharaj we again went to Ropa's house and we had the key there. And Maharaj there handed over the key. There's some very senior disciple of Maharaj who wanted to open a temple. He's been saying, Maharaj, I want to open a temple here, yeah. Maharaj says, because at that time, Delhi, there are not many temples, so there were 2-3 temples only there. And they were also not fully constructed, sort of, you know. And so Maharaj says, no, we have to wait and all that. So Maharaj, as soon as Maharaj went to Delhi, reached Delhi, and he called, his name is Pranadas Prabhu, yeah. He called Pranadas Prabhu, you wanted to open a temple? Here is the key, start it now. Yeah, And this is how it started in Ghaziabad. It was a koti. Like koti means like a bungalow house sort of, yeah. And they started, they did certain modification, and they started, first they kept sort of these, this Prabhupada's 108, this Sahastra Jal lotus, remember? They had long ago, yeah. And they wanted to store this lotus in the water. They collected 108, from this pilgrimage sources, the water, holy places, water there. And they made it a storehouse for a few times, yeah, for a few months, yeah. And after that, then they distributed from there to all over the places in India. And then they started having some regular program there, sort of, they started it like we started temple, sort of a small temple. This is Krishna's photos and other photos, and small temporary altar, and then made some arrangement for the devotees for making prasad and this, and there was a bhajan morning, evening, afternoon, and they used to say, whoso comes on the way, they probably used to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and used to talk to them and bring them to the temple, have prasad, and this is how it started there. And then in 2003, I was initiated, where the Maharaj gave me initiation in Vrindavan on Kartik Purnima Day. Yeah. And ever since I'm there, so Maharaj, the first thing, where I'm going to cut short there, but the first thing he asked me is, how's your chanting going on? How's your chanting? The most important thing in the life is your chanting. Even if you're working, if you don't have time for going through books and all that, yeah, okay, that's fine. But your preference is for chanting. Chanting must come first, books come afterwards. Yeah. So this was the message I was given in 2003. So this is what I had to do. You have to do Bhagavad Gita. But before that, we had already had this group in Ilford, Namhata, in Kingston Road. Yeah, we used to we were going still there since 90, 89 or 90, yeah. So it's already been 10, 13 years. So we're already doing some chanting and everything there. And we're going to Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Suman Maharaj and all that, yeah. But there, Maharaj, after 2003, then obviously from that time onwards, I started going regularly every year during Kartik and see Maharaj at least once a year. Yeah, and wherever Maharaj is there, he'll just, once I just think Maharaj, I'll be coming there, he'll call me. He said, okay, give me a call whenever we are in Vrindavan, we're in Delhi, so we'll there. So wherever I go, Maharaj is so compassionate. And before you could say anything from your mouth, he knows what is in your mind. Before you could speak anything, he knows what's in your mind, and he'll answer your question, basically. So you don't have to say your question. So you read your mind, basically, what you want to ask and what is there. And he will just look at it and say, he'll give you the answer, just like that, yeah. So, and so many, there's so many experiences, basically. I'm just going to go with it too much time now. Yeah, and then, in between, so since then, 2003 onwards, so I was been going regularly to Vrindavan, or once in a year, especially during Kartik. Yeah, even if I go for 1 week or 10 days or 2 days, I'll meet Maharaj 2-3 times there. Yeah, and one most important thing of Maharaj is basically, no matter whichever part of the world he is, he's traveled whole day there, whole night there, but 4 o'clock in the morning he'll be at the altar. Wherever the temple is, yeah, whether it's a Delhi temple or it's a Ghaziabad temple or it's a Punjabi Bagh temple, it's a Radhapati temple or it's a wherever it is, 4 o'clock you'll see me in the altar. Yeah, this is the regularity he had, and this is what he taught us by personal example. He say, if you take a vow, this is the vow you have to complete, irrespective. And he used to say, this body is a bad bargain, make best use of it. Yeah, make best use of it. This is itself is bad bargain. Yeah, so you have got this body, you make best use of it, use it for the right purpose. Yeah, and he will talk back to your health, your family, your children, how they're going on. If you need any help from me, you need anything, so compassionate. And once I was with Maharaj there in his Maharaj room there in Delhi, and Jayapataka Swami were also there. Yeah, at that time Maharaj was quite healthy. Yeah, they were there, and it was about a lunch time. Yeah, Maharaj says, okay, so I was going to go. He said, it's lunch time. You can't go. You have to have lunch. I said, Maharaj, I was feeling so awkward inside in by myself. What could I say with the two big Maharaj that have a lunch? Yeah. And he called that the devotee from the kitchen. Maharaj's kitchen is separate there, and he said, sit on this chair and this table, have a lunch. To Maharaj there, and I'm having lunch. I was so awkward myself. So such, what I'm doing. I could say no. I was feeling, I mean, I said, no, have it. You have your lunch, So I had to have to, and I have no choice, But I'm feeling so awkward in myself there. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is basically, Maharaj makes sure that if some devotee come at a certain time, especially it's my experience, he will never let me go without lunch or without prasad, whether it's a lunchtime there or if there is no provision there, he will send some devotee by his side, take them to Govinda restaurant and give them the prasad from there. So recently, last time I see Maharaj when they are February this year, February 24. Yeah, I went to see Maharaj. And there's so many people around there. And there's Maharaj called me. So we were there. And there's so many other devotees who brought other new devotees. They are doing certain rounds and to initiate sort of introducing them. They were so busy and had so many meetings also there. Yeah, despite that, he said, keep sitting here. So I was sitting, I was listening to all whatever they're talking to them there. And then there was a devotee Maharaj called him, he instructed him, take them to Govinda. Yeah, and that they have prasad there. So it was about, I think, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And there was a time for Aarti also there in the temple. Yeah, so we went. I said, let's have some darshan. So the devotee took us for darshan, and they put the helmet on the head and have some puja, and they came, and then it took us to Govinda in the Liesco. Yeah. And there we had a prasad, and so what trying to say, Maharaj, so compassionate, so caring for everybody. He knows everybody needs. Even if somebody is not well, he will know it beforehand. The person is not well, he knows the limits of the person, how much a person can do. He always say me, perfect your rounds, do your chanting attentively, read this there. And whatever, he knows, if you're an elderly person, you can't do much physically, So whatever you can do it, And as with health issues and all that, but maintain your chanting. That's the most important message which he gave. And he said, this is the only thing which can help you all your life there. And this is his message, is to follow this, So this is what we're following, trying to follow basically, because of the health issues and all these sort of things. And he said, Mangalarti, when it comes to Mangalarti, you must do before 5:30. If you can't do 4:30, it must be done before 5:30. Mangalarti must be done before 5:30. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, do before 5:30. Other sadhanas can go later, but this is 5:30. So we're trying to maintain 5:30, but sometimes it doesn't happen. You have to take shower, this, that, do this, So it happens. So somehow I'm trying to make it that I do latest by 5:30. I just go and do it, So I just cannot believe, it happened all of a sudden so much, despite all health constraints and having so much stress of work on his head, he will not stop. Maharaj will not stop. He said, no. Irrespective, I can give my life to Prabhupada. This is what his mission was to us. Life is a bad bargain, but what I need this life for is for my Guru, is for my Prabhupada. Given my life already. Such a surrendered, so much surrendered he was, so much surrendered. So this is what he gave us all this thing. I mean, totally detached inside, with all material things and everything. Doesn't keep anything to himself there. Whatever you give, he will just distribute here and there. So somebody gave a Jagannath Prasad and this from there, and he just took it from them, and he said, "Okay, give to me." He gave the whole back to me. Jagannath Prasad and other, he went to visit places, Mayapur and all that. He gave whole back to me. So this is the kindness of Guru Maharaj. I mean, impossible to forget his compassion and his mood of care and surrender. Very, very touching. How we had words to say. There are plenty of things to say, but not to hear the time. Yeah. So I think I should stop it here. Thank you for giving us.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I mean, you brought out so many glories of Maharaj and his compassionate nature, and also the instructions, especially because by following the instructions of such pure, exalted devotees, actually we please them. You know, now we can serve them through Vani, and as you said, chanting the holy name, Mangala Arati, all this are like something which we have to, it's a daily practice basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, this is, and they just didn't speak, but they, showed by example. And I can remember also when we went to Mayapur, and I've seen when Maharaj was there in the Panchatattva, he would be doing the Aarti. And I'll be thinking, is like, very senior by age also, and he's a GBC and so many things. I mean, it's not that he has to do, but I've always seen whenever Maharaj is there, he's there in the altar, doing Mangalarti. I mean, such examples, it is, so, going forward, the way we can please Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara is to take the instructions given by them. And in that way, we are actually pleasing them. So thank you so much for bringing out all these wonderful instructions which Maharaj has given. It is really wonderful, Mataji. So fortunate to have you, Mataji, with us today. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So we thank all the devotees. Quick announcement now, Prabhu, Ranjani Mai Prabhu, so we can you can take it forward, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, let me share my screen. I hope you can see the highlight of this week, isn't it? Can some devotee can confirm? Yeah. So yeah, the first is like Food for Life service. So would like to thank you, Vasudeva Prabhu and Shagar Prabhu from Ek Chakra Dham to come forward last week, and they did very wonderful service. You can see very beautiful service, beautiful pictures. So I would request all the devotees, you can come ahead, and whenever you're in London in the week Wednesday, you can join for this wonderful service. So thank you so much, devotees, for coming forward and taking this wonderful opportunity. And the second announcement is like this Harinam Sankirtan in South End. So a lot of devotees came from Hare Krishna Festival team, and we did flyer distribution and book distribution on South End Saturday. So it was very wonderful day on that day. Very good. Thank you all the devotees who came forward to helping us in flyer distribution and book distribution. Yeah, so this is like daily online japa with the devotees. So I would encourage all the devotees, please join like 5 to 8 a.m. To get the online sangha during chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hari Bol. So in community birthday, so there was birthday yesterday 5th of Shubhathira Mataji, is like wife of Kartik Prabhu, I think. And 6th May today, that is birthday of Diya. She's a wonderful Kirtaniya, and she does a lot of services in our youth group. She's the daughter of Alka Mataji. And Alia, she's the daughter of Komal Mataji. She also performed a lot of services. So I would request all the devotees, kindly we all can chant, unmute ourselves, and we can chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for these wonderful devotees and for their smooth and happy Krishna conscious life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, all the devotees, for your kind prayer and blessings for these all wonderful Vaishnava and Vaishnavis. Yeah, so some announcement for the next week. It's like 8th May is the appearance of Srila Gadadhar Pandit, and 10th May is very auspicious. Akshay Tritiya and Chandayatra begins. So these are the two announcements for upcoming weeks. Yeah, that's all, Mataji, from
Yeah.
our end, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. I just wanted to add just one quote of Srila Prabhupada, which is a very apt thing, to share for today, connecting with what the Venu Madhuri Mataji also said. So it says that figuratively, the queen is supposed to be the disciple of the king, like a king and queen. Queen is like a disciple to the king. Thus, when the mortal body of the spiritual master expires, his disciple should cry exactly as the queen cries when the king leaves his body. However, the disciple and spiritual master are never separated because the spiritual master always keeps company with the disciple as long as the disciple follows strictly the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called the association of Vani, the words. Physical presence is called Vapu. As long as the spiritual master is physically present, the disciple should serve the physical body of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is no longer physically existing, the disciple should serve the instruction of the spiritual master. So it's a very, so we can see how Srila Prabhupada's disciple, and especially we can see His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, surrendered his life in fulfilling the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. So taking that inspiration, we can also try to follow in the footsteps of such exalted Vaishnavas. And now Akshaya Tritiya is on the 10th, which is a very auspicious day. As we all know, every moment is considered auspicious. And so this is the best day we can actually start any spiritual activity, or something wonderful we can offer for the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So we have few days left, to think what we can do on the day. And as Mataji mentioned, chanting is considered as one of the most important, that's the most foundational, in our spiritual life. And from that foundation, we actually expand many other things, many other services. So, those who could not chant, and it's the best day to increase the chanting of rounds, focus of chanting. And we have the japa groups, Zoom japa, where we can take inspiration and then we can start, doing the japa. Those who are not chanting 16, best day to start the chanting of 16 rounds. Those who are not able to read, we can pray to Prabhupada, and we can pray to all these exalted Vaishnavas. We can see Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, how he was the first book distributor in the Soviet Russia, which is a communist country, and the production of books. And even now you see the Delhi temple is most of the time they come on the top in the book distribution. So we can take inspiration and pray to Srila Prabhupada that we can read books, we can distribute books, so many spiritual things we can do. So today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we have 3 days left for us to think what we are going to do in this, day of Akshaya Tritiya, because whatever is started, it never perishes. So it is a very, very auspicious tithi. So let's all, meditate and plan and do something wonderful on that day and going forward, not just on the day, from the day onwards. So that's what is a real tribute and offering we are actually offering at the lotus feet of such exalted Vaishnavas like Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and all the stalwart disciples of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada himself. And in this is the way we can please Krishna. So actions speak louder than words. So we pray to the Lordships, we pray to all this exalted Vaishnavas to bless us so that we get that strength, to follow in their footsteps and please them. So thank you so much for joining today's session. And we will see you the next week. And also one quick prayer. One Mataji who is part of our community, her name is Vijayalakshmi Mataji. We just got a news that her husband met with an accident in India, and he has been admitted in the ICU. So she's seeking prayers from all of us. So shall we all, offer our prayers, chant Hare Krishna mantra once for Vijayalakshmi Mataji's husband. Yeah, she's from Romford. So Mataji is a very, she always is very keen in attending the CC sessions. And in fact, you would have seen she puts all the bullet points. So let's, pray from our heart for Prabhu's quick recovery and his well-being. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Thank you, devotees,
Hare
for all your
Rama, Hare
prayers.
Rama, Rama Rama.
His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.